Hi, Chris White here, founder of OllinNetworker.com. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about part one in a 5-part series where we're going to cover one of the most important power centers inside of your business for creating consistent results on a daily basis. I'll tell you what that is next. Stay tuned. Okay, did you know that your willpower is one of the primary power centers inside of your business that really empowers you or disempowers you to create the results that you're looking to create? Did you also know that it's been said on average that we spend 3 to 4 hours a day trying to resist desires that don't serve us? Well, here's the thing, my friend. Your ability to resist the desires that don't serve you inside of your business, that's a direct correlation to your willpower. So let's talk about willpower. I want to start off by debunking a very common myth. Have you ever heard somebody say, I just don't have willpower? Have you ever heard somebody say that? I know I probably said that a few times in my life. Well, here's the truth. Everybody has willpower. Here's the difference. Peak performers, business owners who are able to achieve peak performance levels inside of their business on a daily basis, they have the ability to focus strategically on their willpower, their store of willpower, if you will. Peak performers have the ability to very smartly use their willpower throughout their day so that they can get maximum effectiveness inside of their business in a way that average performers just can't do. And so over the course of this series, I want to give you 5 things that peak performers are able to do when it comes to their willpower that helps them achieve results inside of their business that average performers just aren't able to do. And so here's number 1. The first thing is that peak performers are able to win the game through subtraction rather than addition. Now what I mean by that is that peak performers are constantly looking for ways to eliminate choices from inside of their business on a daily basis. They're constantly looking for ways to eliminate choices from their daily routine. Now, why is this such a critical thing to do inside of your business? It's because, my friend, we only have finite stores of mental energy to tap into on a day-to-day basis, right? I know you've experienced this because I experience it every day. You probably experience it every day. There's always that point in the day where you hit the wall, right? We've all heard the saying, I hit the wall. Really what that means is that your mental stores of energy have been depleted, right? And so what I want you to envision in your mind's eye just for a second is envision yourself standing in front of a whiteboard. And I want you to put on that whiteboard all of the choices that you make on an average day, right? Just an average day. You've got to get up in the morning, right? You've got to shower. You've got to have breakfast. You've got to get dressed. You've got to get ready for that meeting. You've got to give that presentation. You've got to check email. You've got to shoot videos. You've got to do blog posts. You've got to go to that webinar. You've got to take notes on the webinar. Whatever those choices are, my friend, I want you to put all those choices on the whiteboard in your mind's eye right now. Now I want you to imagine that each one of those choices is a package, a 5-pound package, okay? Now I want you to take all of those packages and I want you to start putting those packages on top of your brain. I want you to imagine that your brain actually has arms. And you're stacking each one of those packages into the arms of your brain. And as you're doing that, what I want you to envision is a mental energy gauge. And the more packages that you weigh your brain down with, the more mental energy that you're taking up in your day. And as you're taking up mental energy, your willpower is dropping right alongside of it. Can you imagine that? This is what happens inside of our businesses. And so here's the danger. When your mental energy levels drop, your willpower drops. And when your willpower drops, you get distracted. You get tempted to make reckless decisions inside of your business. You get tempted to focus on the short term rather than the long term. Our brain starts to kick into this mode where we're looking to execute decisions inside of our business that give us short-term gratification. That's what happens when your mental energy stores get depleted, right? So you've probably heard somebody say before, I just can't help myself, right? Have you ever heard someone say this? I just can't help myself. Well, you know what the reality is? The reality is that that's true. That person just can't help themselves. And the question is why? It's because their mental energy levels have dropped. And when your mental energy levels are gone, when you deplete your mental energy for the day, it's gone. And in truth, you just can't help yourself. And so I want to encourage you to live like a peak performer. I want to encourage you to understand that choices are the enemy of willpower. And so it really is important. It really does matter that the choices that you put on your to-do list every day. And so think strategically, execute wisely, and understand that you've only got so much mental energy to tap into. Okay? Let me leave you with this, my friend. The biggest challenge you have inside of your business, it's not a sales and marketing challenge. The biggest challenge you have inside of your business is a peak performance challenge. And your ability to harness your willpower through the choices you make on a daily basis is part of that peak performance challenge. And so I just want to encourage you to really tap into our community here. I want to encourage you to get access to our Instant Downline Pros Bootcamp. It's going to go into some more detail on how to play the game at the level of a peak performer, because that's what you deserve to do. Okay, my name's Chris White. I'm all in.